Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. The only source of knowledge is experience. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. Science without religion is lame, religion without science is blind. I have no special talent, I am only passionately curious. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and all science. Not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. Peace cannot be kept by force, it can only be achieved by understanding. I never think of the future, it comes soon enough. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge but imagination. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. Logic will get you from A to B, imagination will take you everywhere. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. The only way to escape the corruptible effect of praise is to go on working. The whole of science is nothing more than a refinement of everyday thinking. The fear of death is the most unjustified of all fears, for there's no risk of accident for someone who's dead. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. I have no particular talent. I am merely inquisitive. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. If you want to succeed, double your failure rate. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. The true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and the sense in which he has attained to liberation from the self. Intellectuals solve problems, geniuses prevent them. The world is not dangerous because of those who do harm, but because of those who look at it without doing anything. The difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack of will. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. It is not that I'm so smart. But I stay with the questions much longer. I never teach my pupils. I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. The only thing that you absolutely have to know is the location of the library. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit, and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? We still do not know 1,000% of what nature has revealed to us. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. We should strive not to use technology to make things easier for us, but to use it to make us better. I have just got a new theory of eternity. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. A person starts to live when he can live outside himself. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. If the facts don't fit the theory, change the facts. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. I never worry about the future. It comes soon enough. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education.